my name is Michael Knorr, and this is Architecture Minute. Symmetry is a word that's often misused in art and architecture when the intent is actually balance. Let's have some fun exploring symmetry and balance in architecture. Symmetry is when an axis can be drawn through the middle of an image or object, and opposite sides along this axis are identical, a mirror image, also called bilateral symmetry. Symmetrical, as a descriptive term, is considered a high accolade, perhaps associated with symmetry in the human face. It is thought that symmetrical faces are particularly beautiful. Be that as it may, is this also true of buildings? Are symmetrical buildings really more beautiful? To complicate things, objects can be symmetrical around more than one axis. A square, for example, has 4 axes of symmetry, a cube 13. Circles and spheres have an infinite number of symmetrical axes through their center point. There are other complex symmetries as well. We sense a compositional regularity in a pinwheel or a swastika. They're not symmetrical on any axis as a mirror image. They are examples of rotational symmetry, examples in nature being typhoons and spiral galaxies. A checkerboard is an example of translational symmetry. It is composed of the same pattern which can be repeated infinitely, much like some wallpaper or fabric patterns. In architecture, symmetry can be a useful tool. It adds a sense of stability, order, and formality. It was quite popular historically. Architects put it to wonderful effect in the Gothic cathedrals of Europe. The rose windows that embellish them explode like fireworks, enlivening dim interiors with light and color. I have used symmetry as a teaching device when I taught Architecture 101. My first-year students produced these beautiful graphic designs based on symmetry. Modern-age architects, like Louis Kahn, often employed symmetry, as in the Salk Institute in San Diego. Though symmetry is an important tool to establish balance, as in this church in Ranchos de Taos, New Mexico, balance can be achieved in other ways as well. In this church, the facade is not symmetrical. The bell tower is to one side and is not mirrored, but notice how the window in the lower right provides a balancing effect on the tower. The asymmetry is balanced due to the countervailing visual weights of the different architectural elements. It feels satisfying and complete, but not because of symmetry. One of my favorite examples of balanced asymmetry is the Trilon and Perisphere from the 1939 World Fair in New York. It was the symbol of the fair, asymmetrical, modern, composed of the triangular tower and the spherical exhibition space. Completely different in shape and size, but definitely a balanced composition. Balance is important to feeling satisfied when looking at art, experiencing architecture, and listening to music. But pure symmetry is just one choice the architect has in developing a balanced design. This is fortunate for us as viewers because life would be really boring if there were only one way to make architecture interesting. Life is much richer than that.